Hello, welcome. I'm Grace Wright, independent consultant and executive area manager, and I live in Bozeman, Montana. So this is going to be a video that we will probably replay, but it's going to be touching a lot on our conference coming up next week that I know a lot of us are going to. And I wanted to, from one of the conference calls we just had, share this really quickly because this is imperative information to make sure that when you come home from GTC, you aren't overwhelmed, you're not like ready to crawl in a hole. You can take the momentum and actually go forward with it. So today, I'm gonna have you really quickly, just grab a notebook and take some notes. And its title is How to Maximize GTC. So I'm gonna run through 4 different key things to make sure that we are doing so that GTC can be the best that we've ever had it. So we're going to start off by just kind of talking about what is the purpose of going to GTC? For you, where you're at in your business right now, what's the purpose? For some people, it could be having pool time. It could be vacation. It could be drinks, dinners, shows. The purpose of GTC for our business is to grow us. And to do that, we have to show up. So if we are not showing up, like we're kind of, in a lot of ways, wasting money. We're paying for a good time. Okay, so the first point is, number 1, having the week that we come back already booked before we leave. So I'm going to touch on some things, why that's important and what it's going to do for you and your business and how to build on that momentum. Because I have had, as Jerry was explaining this, I've had years that I come home and it was exactly like he described. And I'll get into that. And then I've had other years where we came home and it was explosive. So before we leave in this, from now till next Wednesday, Thursday, let's get the week after GTC completely filled. If you don't have the appointments already, set time aside to do it and do not get up until they're full, because you will feel behind and you won't know where to start when you come home. It'll be overwhelming, and the whole time it'll just be like, oh my goodness, I don't really want to go home. But then when you get home, you're tired and you're exhausted because you feel like you're behind everybody else. If you already have it set up before you leave, you're going to go to Vegas, come home, but the whole time you're there, you're going to be so excited and knowing that you're going to come back with these incredible products. Like, do we go for new products? Yes, absolutely. However, somebody could build an Arbonne business based on what Arbonne has right now with products. Literally, you could pull 5 from the catalog and build an entire successful business. Why? Because those new products do not make your phone calls for you. They do not book presentations. They do not set up one-on-ones. Those new products are only enticement for someone. They're only an avenue or a doorway. They are not the appointment. They're not going to do it for you. So you still have to work your own business with or without new products. So instead of being behind and not doing all your calls and not having appointments set up before you leave and presentations and stuff, when you get home, it's going to feel like you're already over 2 weeks into the month. Honestly, that would be 3. And then you're just starting to book your calendar. And it's going to be defeating. It's going to be really, really weird, and you'll be angry at yourself. So have that week booked before we leave. Number 2 is stay focused and get what you came to get. If you're not sure about that, we're going to cover really quickly. We all have new products we are all excited about the new products coming out, and everybody's going to be excited. So there's going to be time for hangouts with people that you get to grow and learn from. But what are we there for? We're there for one thing, to at least to change our business. And we're going to do a contest, which is really kind of fun. And I'm excited that he brought this up. All of you in your GTC packets or packages, your gift packages, you're going to get a little notebook. They're all going to be different colors. I want you to write your name across the front, and I want you to talk to a minimum of 25 leaders while we're there and write down who the leader was and one tip that person gave you from how to get from where you are to the next level. So this is going to make you watch who the leaders are, and you'll know because there's always people around them. If you're new in Arbonne and you're not sure, watch. It'll be a big deal. Like people, there will always be people talking to them. But we have a lot of time going from the conference to the Grand Garden Arena to the ballrooms to stand in line for products. Like we have time all over. So you're going to each get one of these, and I have a gift for whoever has the most. So what you're going to do is you're going to talk to minimum of 25, and whoever has the most at the end, you're going to turn them into me. I'm going to go through, read your tips, and then I'm going to give you your books back, because something that somebody gives you is going to change your business and will probably change your life. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to, oops, I'm sorry, I'm behind on my notes. It's a gold mine. Like what they're going to give you is $1 million of information. So a couple of guidelines for this. The first one is etiquette. Do not be rude. Do not just run up and start talking to somebody. If there are people walking around them, be respectful, wait your turn, introduce yourself, do not interrupt. And if it's too long to wait in line for that person, that's fine. Go find somebody else. There will be lots of leaders there. But what you're getting from those people, like when you're talking to them, be kind and courteous. Because if they tell you or ask you whose team you're on, you are direct to, or you're in a down leg from Deanna Herron. Do not make it look bad on Deanna Herron for how you were trained. Okay. Then number 2 for that. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. That's all just be respectful and make it fun. Like you'll be at the pool with people. Just watch for name tags. The MVPs wear different name tags. They have bling all over them. Can't wait to wear one, not gonna lie. RVPs, so there's say RVP on them. So just ask people and they're gonna freely give you information. Okay. So number 3, there's different mindsets. Which mindset are you going to GTC with? The first one is anybody can go out and build a successful business with what we already have. We talked about that. Okay, so there's 2 different types of mindsets. The first one, the person's excited. They see all the new products. We try all the new products. We can't wait to get home and sell more products. We can't wait to show people the products. We can't wait to share I Want It All sets with everybody. They're going to come home and they're going to start selling products. They're going to sell a lot of products, but that is a seller's mindset. And what Jerry has taught us is to shift from a seller's mindset, shifting it into a builder's mindset. So number 3 is titled Builder's Mindset. So take the same person, the second person, we're going to have the same excitement, but the whole time we're seeing all these new products, we're going to be seeing and thinking of ways that those products can bring us closer to business builders and how those products are going to help us share the business with somebody that we haven't yet, or maybe that it's been a while. And you're going to be using those products to get people to be a part of your team, realizing that the new product is not where it's at, the business is where it's at, but you're using that new product to get you in front of them. Okay. You get the same excitement, you get the same new products. However, you're going with a builder's mindset, meaning you're going to sell products anyway. If you only focus on sales, you're only ever going to have sales. If you focus on building a team, you're going to build a team, because every person that signs up to build a team is also going to buy products. Okay. And what's going to happen is someone with the seller's mindset, they're going to come back. They will have between 3 and 6 weeks of amazing sales. And then it plummets. It's dead. They're exhausted. Okay. Flip side, the builder's mindset, they're going to come back and they're going to have between 3 and 8 months of building an incredible business. What would you prefer? If you build it, the sales will come. And this is from a line from a movie. I can't even remember the name of the movie, but he's just talking about if you build the baseball field, the players are going to come. If you build it, the people are going to come. You have to build it before you get what you think you're going to get. You have to go in knowing and expecting what you want to get. So here's a story to just kind of show you how this could work. So when the Genius products came out a couple years ago, this lady was extremely excited. She literally came home and went in the course of about a week or less than, she sold 27 different Genius product sets to 27 different people. She was absolutely on fire. It was exciting. She knew these products were going to revolutionize her business, and they did. She was being coached by Jerry. So when she was finished, he asked her, out of all those people, the 27 that you just talked to, how many of them did you ask about the business? That dead silence. She didn't know what to say. She goes, well, I'll do it when I follow up with them. I'll do it when I go back there. He's like, oh, but I thought our products ship directly from the company to the consumer. Oh yeah, they do. Okay, so what are you going to go back there for? And what he was helping her realize is that she was digging a hole. She didn't ask about the business because she was scared. She passed up 27 different opportunities to ask people, would you consider looking at this and what this could potentially do for your family? If it's a fit, awesome. If not, not a worry. She passed that up and instead got 27 new clients. That is where her mindset was. And a seller's mindset, she literally passed up 27 different opportunities. So even if you're talking to people about the new products, just ask about the business. It's not hard. If they say no, then you can ask, is that no for now or no forever? Put them in your card box, follow up later. Focus on building, not on selling. It's going to happen anyway with sales when you're building. Get your team in the building mindset before you go. Anybody who's going, we don't want to go with the seller's mindset. We want to go knowing that these products are amazing and that we're going to come home with new products. They're going to be fantastic, but who are we going to help with the opportunity of those products, okay? The reason we don't sponsor is because we are not focused on it. No one is thinking about sponsoring. However, sponsoring is where it's at. And he was even talking about just in training, watching how people train. They're training on how many I Want It Alls to sell, or how many people to talk to for this and this and this. You need sales. He's not saying that. But focus on sponsoring. They're going to buy it anyway. If you are constantly built up or wrapped up in a selling mindset, your team is going to get exhausted. First of all, you're going to get exhausted because you cannot keep it up. And ask me, I know. You're going to get exhausted, but your team is going to be exhausted because they can't keep it up. And your team will fizzle. You will start to lose teammates because there's nothing stable there, okay? So we have to become builders of people, not sellers of products. The products are a byproduct and we get to use them. They are what moves our business, but they are not our business, if that makes sense. So get into a builder's mindset. Number 4, leaders lead. And this title is Sit in Your Seat. This could offend a couple people, or you may not like what I'm about to say, but your team has to follow the right example, not the wrong one. Whether you are going with anybody on your team or you are the only person on your team at this moment. But I want you to think about this. This is a respect issue. Every speaker that is speaking has seriously kicked butt so much that Arbonne has asked them to speak. Nothing is more rude than getting up before they are finished with their speak to go stand in line for coffee, to go stand in line for food. If you have to get up and pee, they have breaks, not a problem. Get up and go pee. But do not help that person speaking feel bad or that the message that they're giving isn't worthy of your time. You never know what little nugget you needed to hear for your business if you're constantly out somewhere getting something else. Be at the training on time, sit in your seat, make sure if you need food, bring snacks, bring protein bars, bring your own gum, bring a bottle of water, like be prepared. Do not get up and keep walking in and out. not only does it distract yourself and you lose training, it distracts other people around you. So be respectful, sit in your seat. So here's a little story, I guess, of somebody that has done this. And Jerry's keynote on that was, you never know when someone's going to share something that is going to impact your life. You don't know what nugget you went for. And if you're never there listening, you can't hear it, right? So how many times when, even if you're just hearing trainings, does somebody in training say something that would have helped you or somebody on your team, but they missed it because they were not there? And that person was out doing something else. So here's a lady who was a kick butt rock star on Jerry's team. And she came into his office and said she wanted to quit. And he was like, "You're amazing." So he was talking to her, asked her if she would consider going to the conference. She said, "No, it's a waste of money. I don't have the time. I don't know what it's going to do. It doesn't help me." Blah, 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 blah. Okay, long story short, she ended up going. So they're sitting at the training, and she's constantly in and out. He looks over and she's packing her bag. And he goes, "What are you doing?" And she goes, "Oh, well, I'm just going to go stand in line and save some spots for lunch. Like, I want to beat the rush. So I'm going to save some spots for my team so we can get lunch faster." And he just looked at her and he was like, "If you leave, what if you miss something really good?" She goes, "Yeah, well, they're all repeating the exact same thing that you've repeated. It's the exact same thing I hear over and over and over again. So if it was going to help me, it would have already helped me." And he smiled and he said, "You need to lead and you need to not be rude. Please sit down. If you won't do it for you, do it for me." So she sat down, she was disgruntled, she puts her bag back on the floor. And within about 6 minutes, there's a commotion going on next to him, and he looks over and she's not crying. She's like dry heaving. She was crying so hard because what the speaker was talking about, something that he said hit her so deep, she could not stop crying. You never know when that's going to be you. Sit in your seat. And she would have missed the very thing that changed her life. So she ended up going home, went on to become the second biggest builder in his business for the next so many years. They ended up becoming business partners. And she had the second highest sales on his team consistently and built the second largest team for herself. All because of something that she heard within the last 6 minutes of this man's presentation. So you never know when something they're going to say is going to change your life. I'm doing a video for you because it felt like a call would be harder. And honestly, I think a video is more interactive and you can see it. But we're going to do this every single year. I'm going to go back through and remind everybody. And just so that new people, when they are coming in, they don't know what to expect. They don't know if you've never been. It is so much fun, and it becomes a vacation that you're working, but it's just like a break. Like, you look forward to it. People figure out wedding dates and pregnancies around GTC, not even lying. It is that big of a deal. But you can take and get so many things that are drastically changing your business and your life and take them back and integrate them into how you work. It's really cool. So, do you want to sell and have 30 days of excitement? Or do you want to have the building mindset and have 6 to 9 months of strong growth? Think of this. 6 to 9 months from now, where will you be in your business if you had strong growth? What would that look like? Own your title, no matter what it is. Think of all the people who have gotten to district and then they lose district. It's like you want to walk away because you feel that bad about it. And one of the ladies on our call today was an executive national vice president, and through circumstances ended up losing her nation, lost her nations, lost her region, lost her area, and is building from district back up. And she's on my area coaching call. And she said that she had people coming up to her last year doing this challenge with the notepad. And she just started crying because she realized it didn't matter what title it was that she had, because at that point she was bumped down to a district and qualification for area. But Arbonne was reshuffling how they worked titles, and they hadn't changed her title like it wasn't finalized, so they hadn't changed her from an executive nation to an area manager. And so when she went to register, they literally sent her back to the VP line to register, and she got the lanyard with the NVP on it. And she said that it was really humbling because she didn't even want to go to Vegas. She wanted to stay home, but she knew she needed to go for herself. But it was really hard after that big of a loss to pick herself up and make her go. And then people doing this challenge, she didn't realize it was Jerry who had trained them this. People were coming up to her asking her tips. And she said it took that to light a fire in her for her to realize it didn't matter what title she had. The title doesn't make you as a person. And she knew exactly what she needed to do to get back to nation again. And she will be going region with me, which is really, really exciting. So I'm going to get to walk stage with her next year. I can't wait. But like going to GTC and making the most of your title. And I can tell you from experience, I lost district once. And that is a feeling that was devastating. And I never, ever want to feel that at any other level again. So I will work my butt off. Here's a side note. There will be some teams that are doing challenges for the selling the I Want It All. But also just make sure that when you're selling your I Want It Alls and keeping track of how many you've sold, just make the extra effort to get a business appointment or even ask about the business from that person. And you could even do whoever buys an I Want It All set out of your clients, then you put them into a drawing and you give them something. So I am really excited. I can't wait because I'm going to do this with you. So we're going to get lots and lots and lots of tips, extremely good information. I'm super, super excited. So this will be in your gifts that you're going to get right before you leave. And if you have any questions, I would just suggest maybe comment on the video and then other people can see the same questions and we'll go from there. So who is ready for GTC next week? It would be an understatement to say that I am. I am beyond excited and my bag is not packed, but it can be in 5 minutes. I'm ready to go. So I love you all and I will see you next week. Bye.